we get started with that, I just want to review a couple of quick things, okay? So, a simple sentence, okay, a simple sentence has a subject, and one verb. All right, and we're going to talk about verbs here in a minute, and we're going to start to pick those apart too, try to find those in our sentences. A subject's usually a noun, you know this, we're learning this as we go, and we're starting to learn what nouns are. They're person, places, or thing. A noun can be proper or common. So if we say proper or common, I'm talking about something that's specific or something that's not specific, right? Something that's just sort of basic, like general is the word, like a general item, a desk is just a desk. But if I were to say it's a certain type of desk, for instance, a Briggs & Stratton desk, it might be identified by the information ahead of it as a proper noun. And then I always capitalize my proper nouns, okay? Small details matter in collegiate writing. You have to make sure to focus on the details. We also learned that every sentence begins with a capital letter. Don't forget that. Okay, so we're going to start our sentences that way. And then let's look again at those pronouns, all right? Pronouns are used to take the place of nouns. So if that's the case, part of the reason you may be getting confused is because pronouns are a person, place, or thing, aren't they? Yeah. They are. They're a person, place, or thing. But it, and I, and we, and you, they don't seem like person, places, or things, right? Because they're not actually something we could visualize in our mind. If I say, it jumps over the fence, I could be talking about a dog, a cat, a rhinoceros. I'd like to see a rhinoceros actually jump over a fence. That'd be pretty funny. And I feel bad. So, right? So it could be a number of things. Okay, it lies on the desk. Could be a number of things. She could be a number of people. Right? He could be any person in the room, any male in the room. But yet it is still a person, place, or thing. Some commonly used pronouns, I put them up on the board here, just to have a little bit bigger list than what you had before. And I wanted to mention that they can be used as subjects of sentences too, which we did see in our last one, our last assignment. So what I want you to do right now, so this is again review. So this is the end of our review, and we're going to start moving forward with some new information. But before we move forward with new information, I want you guys to again identify the subjects, but this time we're going to keep practicing this, okay? I want you guys to, over the top of the words in the sentence, okay, I want you to identify the subject. I want you to identify nouns, any nouns, and I want you to identify pronouns. So put a PR over the pronoun, okay? So nouns, pronouns, and the subject, okay? So number one, let's work on that one together. They may not have a pronoun in there. They may not have a pronoun, so you don't have to put a pronoun if there isn't one there. Number one, who would like to read, please? Thank you, Ginger.
The Yukon Territory is located in northwestern Canada. And the noun is Yukon.
Okay, now look what we found here. Look what we found here. Remember our rules. Let's go back up here, right? Proper nouns name particular persons, places, and things, and they're always capitalized. So
Yukon Territory.
There we go. Nice job. That's good.
Okay, so that's
proper noun. Yukon Territory.
It's a noun. Is located in northwestern Canada. Northwestern Canada.
Okay, now look at both of those. Is northwestern capitalized?
No.
But Canada is, right?
Canada.
Okay. Canada. There we go.
All right.
Because northwestern, it identifies which part of Canada. Right? Okay. You follow that? So we'll talk about what northwestern is later. We'll get into that adjective part. Just stick to the nouns. Right?
I was just doing the
nouns, pronouns, proper nouns, okay? And the subject. What's the subject of our... Oh my gosh, that's a lot, huh?
Okay, we didn't say what it was in number one.
What's the subject?
Yukon Territory?
Thank you very much.
Yukon Territory and Canada.
Don't forget to mark the subject
For the
and the nouns. So let's do that.
So we're going to underline Yukon Territory and Canada
So all you
with
need
an
to
N
do...
on top.
There you go. There you go.
All right.
Canada's not the subject.
And I have a question.
Why don't we let everyone work on those and let me help you.
When you say it ran out the door, that is incomplete sentence, right?
No, it's not. It has a subject and a verb. It ran and then out the
So
door.
that's a complete
That is a
sentence?
complete thought. It's a
I
complete
was just
sentence.
wondering.
Yeah. nouns, pronouns, and subjects. That's what I'm looking for. Nouns, pronouns, and subjects.
And so you want a pronoun PR, correct?
That's great.
PR, okay.
Remember, the noun is not always going to have something describing it, and if it does, the describing word is not the noun. Sentences are a little more difficult. Raise your hand if you're still working. A couple people.
What does this mean, this word, subarctic?
Subarctic, that means below the Arctic region, which is Antarctica is the continent at the very bottom of the earth, and above the north is the Arctic. So subarctic means below the northern country. Does that make sense?
Okay, thanks.
So just a couple more minutes on this. Just one more minute or so, and we'll work on it together. I see a couple people are struggling, some people are having an easy time with this. We're getting there, that's good, you guys are making progress. We're gonna start moving into different subject areas soon, okay? We're gonna work on some verbs next, and do a little bit of writing today. Okay, so let's see if we can do the rest of these together. Some of you who are still struggling a little bit, we're gonna work on them together. So again, we're looking for subjects, nouns, and pronouns, okay? Nouns are person, places, or things. Pronouns are what? Replacement nouns. Replacement nouns, right? Okay? And then our subject is usually a noun or a pronoun, right? Okay. So, underline the subjects in each of the following sentences. I also asked you to call out the nouns. So who would like to take the first sentence? You want to give it a shot, Maritza? Liza, that's right. I'm sorry, Melissa.
The Yukon Territory is located in the northwestern Canada. The pronoun would be the Yukon Territory.
Pronoun or the noun? A person, place, or thing? Capitalized, proper noun, right? Proper noun. You said pronoun.
Oh,
Proper
Sorry.
noun, which are close, actually. Pro and
then-
proper.
And then I think it's the subject as well.
It is the subject as well. Nice job. And is there another noun in that particular sentence?
Canada.
Canada is also a noun. Well done. Is it a proper noun?
Yeah.
Good, thank you. It is, because it specifically identifies a country, right? By name, okay? Maria, why don't you take number 2? I know.
Why do you do that?
Why? Well, just because I think it's good that we all try.
Okay, the vast area, 186,300 square miles is bordered by Alaska and British Columbia.
Good.
I think the subject is vast area.
You are correct. That is the subject. Nicely done, Maria. And what is specifically the subject, though? What's the noun there?
The noun, I think, is the number 186,000. No?
Well,
Okay,
that
well,
is,
I
in
have
that case,
pronouns
a number can be a noun. That's correct, yeah. But what about, you said the subject is usually a noun, right? So what's the noun in the subject? If you said the vast area, area is the noun. Well done. That's good. Okay, continue. And you said, what are the other nouns?
Alaska and British Columbia.
Alaska and British Columbia. Good, well done. And those are proper nouns, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. How about number 3? Let's take it. Dave, do you want to try number 3, please?
Okay. It's mineral wealth and
Scenic.
Scenic vistas are 2 of its main attractions.
Okay, and what do you think as far as the nouns go?
Wealth and scenic.
Good, wealth is correct. I don't know that scenic describes the word vistas. Vista's the noun, that's right. So we've got wealth.
Wealth is a noun.
Mineral wealth. Is it a thing? It's a thing, isn't it? To have wealth, you can have wealth, you can also be wealthy. being wealthy makes the word a descriptive word, not a noun. But the word wealth itself is a noun. I can have wealth. It just means a grouping of money.
Okay, the subject, we didn't say that.
What is the subject?
What was it? 3, mineral wealth?
Mineral wealth and scenic vistas. Are those both subjects? What's the subject here?
Well,
Wealth is the subject, and what else?
Vistas.
Vistas. Good.
Subject and noun, both of them.
Subject and noun. Good job. Yep, they're the
Because
same.
it describes.
Yep.
Okay.
No, because it says who or what
Or
is
what.
doing the action.
Yeah.
Not describes who or what is doing the action.
I'm thinking verb.
Okay, and then are there any other nouns in that sentence?
Mm-hmm.
What are they, Brian?
Two,
To is one of the nouns, yes.
attractions.
Attractions is another one of the nouns, that's correct. How about number 4? Good, well done. Laura, would you like to try number 4?
Sure.
Thank you.
The name Yukon is taken from an Indian expression meaning great river. I put down, the subject, the name Yukon.
Okay, good. So the name Yukon is the subject, but what's the actual singular subject? What is it that we're actually saying is the subject?
Name Yukon? I don't know.
That's okay, it's all right. So, no, you're all right. You're just saying all of the words that make up the subject. You did this on the last sentence, and that's fine. But I'm just looking for one single word that's doing the action. So the name, right? We can get rid of the word Yukon, can't we? We could just say the name,
Okay.
right? We could just say that. The name is taken from an Indian expression meaning. Couldn't we just say that? Laura?
Yeah.
We could, right? Without saying the name Yukon, right? Or we could say, could we say Yukon is taken from an Indian expression? We could, but it would be confusing to our reader because the word Yukon means a place. We don't know that we're talking about it as a name. We're talking about it as a place if we just said Yukon is taken from an Indian expression, right? So name is our subject. The word name is our subject and it's a noun. And then it's identifying name as something specific called Yukon, right? That's the word, Yukon, and it's a place. So it's a noun as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're looking for one other noun in here. There's got to be another one in here.
Indian.
Indian. Now in this case,
Oh, no.
Indian is describing something. What is it describing?
Expression.
The expression. Good, good. And so what's our noun in this case?
River?
Expression is the noun.
So it's not Indian?
No.
Oh, I
No.
got that wrong.
Indian expression. Indian describes the word expression. So expression is the noun.
So
But would Indian be
Yukon
proper noun at all?
expression.
Not in this case.
In this case.
River's not?
And river is also a noun. Nice job. We didn't want to forget that one.
River,
Would river be the subject as well?
subject and the noun,
Nope, the subject is the name.
and that's Yukon.
Right. So the
So-
subject is the name when we're talking about this. The great river, okay, I'm going to tell you later on about objects, but it's what the action does. It's what, or to whom the action goes, goes, or toward that thing. So what you look at is a sentence that essentially has 3 parts. The first one is subject, the second one verb, and the third one is object. These are our basic components to a sentence, okay? We're just learning about the subject right now, and we're going to learn about the verbs here in a little bit, and we're going to learn about objects later on, okay? So right now it's just the subject, the verb, and the object. Eventually, you will write sentences for me that have this grouping: subject, verb, and object, and a phrase.
So the river is only a noun, it's not underlined, it's not the subject, because the subject is Yukon.
That's correct.
Is that correct?
It's
Okay.
just a noun.
So you want, it's only a noun.
How about number 5? Let's try number 5. Number 5. Michelin, you want to try this one?
Hydroxy,
High plateaus.
Plateaus.
I think I most of the south and central portion of the territory.
Yes. So what are the nouns? Michelin, let's just start with that. Number 5.
The central portion?
So what's a person, place, or thing? Is high a person, place, or thing? Everybody together?
No.
No. Is plateau a person, place, or thing?
Yes.
Yes, so it's a noun, right? What about the word occupy?
No.
No. Most.
No.
Occupy most, is that a thing?
No.
Most?
Most is a.
No, not in this case, we're not gonna keep that, that's not, how about of the south? What about south?
South.
South and central, oh wait, hold on, of the south and central portions, so now south and central, they're not nouns, they're describing something else. What are they describing?
Territory.
No, they're describing something else. Portions, there we go. Portions is our noun. And then of the what? Of the what? Territory, is that a noun? Is that a person, place, or thing?
Yeah.
Yes, good.
But isn't portions like
Noun?
also describing? Like a portion?
Portion of, right, but we're talking about it because what we have here is
I thought
called
south
a...
would be a noun also.
Now normally, south is in fact a noun, but this is giving a description of the word. Words can have multiple parts of, can be multiple parts of speech. Words can be multiple parts of speech. This is where it gets hard for you guys, and this is why we're getting some people are saying, I thought this word was that, I thought that, because in what matters is the context. It means how you use it in the sentence determines what part of speech it is.
Yeah, and then we have, the subject can be also the noun, and nobody's saying what the subject is when we're going over this.
So what's the subject? We hadn't gotten there in that
I know,
sentence just
whoever's
yet.
doing it should say it.
Okay, so high plateaus.
Yeah,
So is that the subject?
yeah,
Okay, good. So plateaus is the subject.
and then plateaus is the noun.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Plateaus is also a noun.
And portion of territory is also the subject and the noun?
It's not the subject, it's just a noun.
Oh, just a noun, so we'll underline the plateaus.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, let's do number 6. So the saint, so the, is that a noun?
No.
No. What about St. Elias Mountains?
Proper noun.
Proper noun, right? Capitalized, good. Separate, separate,
No.
no. The,
No.
no. How about Yukon?
Yes.
Yes, proper noun. From,
No.
The
no. The,
Pacific Ocean, yes.
you guys gotta call it, the,
No.
no. Pacific Ocean,
Yes.
Yes.
proper noun, right?
Noun.
Okay, now let's back up. What's the subject?
Yeah.
St. Elias Mountains, good. And they are doing what? What are they doing?
Separating.
Separating, there we go.
Okay.
We got the who or the what that's doing the action, and it's the St. Elias Mountains.
That's the subject, right?
That's the separate subject?
The subject, St. Elias Mountains, a proper noun, so it's all grouped together. Okay, proper noun.
The separating the who or the what are they separating? The mountains.
Right.
Starting to get this.
Good. Let's try to do number 7 together. Question? Okay. Number 7. Forests.
Cover.
Oh, wait a minute. Forest, is that a noun?
Yes.
A forest, it's a thing, it's a place, isn't it? Yeah. A forest, okay, so forest is a noun. Cover,
No.
No.
are they doing an action? Forests are covering something, right?
Yeah.
So is cover a noun?
Yeah.
No, it's not, right? Because it's an action. It's not a person, place, or thing. It's an action. About, how about the word about?
No.
No? 40%.
Yes.
Ah, look at that, 40%. Now, if we were to write, hang on, if we were to write 40% on the board like a number, it would look like that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so hold on a second. 40 describes what percentage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what's the noun here? Is it 40 or is it percent?
Percent.
Percent, good. And 40 describes what percent? You see that?
Yep.
Okay,
So just the word percent.
just the word percent. Of the total land area. Ooh, that one's tough. What's the word that's being described?
Land.
Land area. Area is actually being described, not land area.
Land
The
area.
area. It's land area. It's the type of area.
So that's
So
the.
land.
So what's our noun there?
The land.
No.
Area.
Area. It's being described. It's the thing. It's the area. It's the place.
Do we underline land area, is that a subject?
It is not, Ginger. So what is our subject? What's doing the covering?
Forest.
Forests. Forests cover.
Yeah, I read
So
forest.
let's look at our format up here just to see what it looks like. Subject, verb, object. So I've got forests as a subject, cover as a verb, and then we'll talk about the rest later, the object, okay? How about number 8? White spruce. What about white?
Yes.
White is a color. It's a thing. But in this sentence, what is it describing?
The thing.
Spruce.
Spruce. So if it's describing, then it's not a noun.
The property.
No, it's not a noun, it's an adjective. But we haven't got there yet. I know, relax, it's okay. So it's not, it's describing. That's all you need to know is it's describing,
But the
okay?
white spruce would be the subject, right?
Right, the spruce would be the subject. And what's our noun?
Spruce.
Spruce, good, there we go. So spruce is, what about is?
No.
No, the, how about that? How about most?
No.
Common?
No.
No. Species?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a noun. Species is a noun.
But
Most common species. Most common are descriptive words
Or the species.
Tree.
telling us what kind of tree it is, right? Species, it's a species. Most common species. Species is the noun, it's the thing. So thing is the thing is our noun, the species. How about of and tree? Tree is a noun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good.
It's a thing.
It is a thing. How about, let's do our last one together, and then we're going to take a break from grammar, because you guys have had enough. Your brains are full, I can see it. Yes, Brian?
The subject of that sentence in species.
Is spruce.
Arctic.
Common
Spruce.
species or
White
verb?
spruce is the most common species of tree. White spruce is the thing that's
Describing the
being.
spruce.
It's the being, it's the part that is to be, right? Spruce.
Shadow species, what kind of species? Common species.
There you go.
Okay.
How about number 9? Let's try number 9. That's a word, but it's not anything, right? It's not a noun right now, it's not a subject, it's just a. Subarctic. Ooh, subarctic, that's cold. Subarctic is a describing term, am I correct?
Correct.
Yes, okay. So if it's a describing term, then we know it's not a noun, right?
correct.
Right.
Okay. Climate, subarctic climate.
Now.
Noun. Climate is noun. Good. Is a noun. Prevails. What about the word prevails? Is that an action, prevailing? Yeah, that is. To prevail. Good. So that means it's a verb. So we know it's not a noun. With.
No.
No. Severe? No, that describes something. What is it describing?
Winters.
Winters. So winters is a
Noun.
noun. Now we're getting it. And.
No.
Hot.
Describe.
Yes.
Hot describes something, doesn't it? Describes something.
Summers.
Summers.
Summers. So what's the noun?
Summers.
Summers. Good. Okay. I want you guys to put your name on the top of this. And you're going to do one little assignment for me before you guys leave for the day, okay? In your journals, which I'm going to collect at the end of this class, okay? I want you to get your journals out. I want you to put that away with the other 2. You should have 2 handouts already. You should have one that looks like this on one side, and we're going to finish this on Wednesday. And it should look like this on the other side. You remember this? I handed it out last week. There we go. There it is. Okay? You haven't done both sides yet, so hang on to that. You also have part 1 and part 2. Do you remember this from last Wednesday? Remember this? Last Wednesday? Part 1 and part 2. It asks you, you should have this one as well. Don't lose them. I want you to have them, okay? Don't lose them. Put them together in your folder. That's why I asked you to have a folder for this class. Because we have a couple of things that we're working on in progress. Okay? And now you have this one. So there are 3 handouts. Oh my goodness, it's a lot to keep track of, but don't worry. On Wednesday, we'll be finishing the first 2, and you'll hand them in for grading, okay? All right. So hang on to those. And that's what we're working on right now. We've looked at parts of speech, some parts of speech. Again, we're focusing on nouns and pronouns, and we're going to start working on verbs, but I think you guys are just starting to get the nouns and pronouns part. I don't want to overwhelm you. I'll give you a copy after. Okay. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to turn in a journal to me. You should have your journal. You're going to turn it in. I'm going to carry a big stack to my car today, and I'm going to look through them, okay? On the last entry of your journal, I want you to date it today. Okay? So it's today is what day? The 15th, right? So 9/15. So you're going to date it. And then here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to turn to the person next to you. Oh, this is going to get a little tricky now, okay? And you're going to work with a partner. And I want your partner, each of you is going to come up with the same thing, okay? You're each going to come up with 5 nouns. 5 nouns. 5 nouns. Be creative. You got to think creatively. 5 nouns. Could be anything. Could be shirt. Could be couch. Could be television camera. Could be whatever it is you want it to be. Nouns. They have to be a person, place, or thing. Okay? And your job in your journal is to write down your partner's 5 nouns. Okay? And then you have to write them as the subject of a sentence you create. A sentence you create. A noun, 5 nouns. That's all you got to do. So look to your partner and ask them to give you 5 nouns. Should be very easy, very fast. Okay? 5 nouns. Person, places, or things. You're going to list those 5 things down. Okay? Now hold on a second. This is where it's going to get tricky. Okay? So you're going to list those 5 things. And then it's your job to connect those 5 things in a list. So let's say my partner gives me the word couch. Okay? The word couch. Let's say my list starts with couch, shirt, Jim, Maria. Sorry, just kidding, mine. How about people and article? These are my words. These are my nouns. These are all nouns. Right? They're all persons, places, and things. You're going to write that in your journal. And then next to it, you're going to write the pronoun that goes with it. So article, what's the pronoun?
Paper.
No, come on, it's a replacement noun. It. There we go. Come on, pronouns. We just did these. People.
They.
They. There we go. Maria.
Her. She.
Her or she. There we go. Jim.
It.
It. How about shirt?
It.
Perfect. How about couch?
It.
No, those were easy.
All right.
Okay? So, we're going to put 5 nouns that are your partners, and then you're going to take those nouns and quietly write the pronoun next to it. Okay? Then you're going to write 5 sentences using these as your subject. Whatever your nouns are that your partner gives you. Okay? Very simple assignment, just continuing to practice subjects and nouns, okay? All right. So go ahead and talk to each other a little bit. Come up with those. Write your 5 sentences. When you are done with your 5 sentences, please submit your journals to me up here, and you are done for the day.